Welcome back, everyone, to episode 2 of All Things Hidden podcast. The lens in which we are looking. Are you right or am I right? I'm your host, Christa Reynolds. I'm presently setting up interviews for future episodes with very interesting souls, collecting super cool info we can all benefit from going forward. Please look below and find my email. Also, I hope you will hang with us at the end as we drop in for meditation which supports our deeper inner knowing. As all, let's dive in. This is for entertainment purposes only. All content here is produced by me, a human, no AI utilized. We are living in very interesting times. Our world is changing quickly as AI, artificial intelligence, comes on the scene, sharing lots of very interesting, comprehensive, informational computations and intel depending on the AI provider you are using. So we have to ask, who's creating artificial intelligence? After all, it's artificial, right? Or is it? Where is this information that we are receiving from different AI providers coming from? Is there some elite group of intelligent individuals researching and creating information behind the scenes for our amusement and learning? Or is it us? Is it our data randomly collected, bundled, and spit back out for informational usage? Does AI have control of us, or do we have control of it? All important questions as we collectively move towards what I believe is possibly the most important thing to date to the general public, which is world peace and prosperity for all. I want to return to the title, the lens in which we are looking. Am I right or are you right? How do we even know? I'm going to take you on a little personal journey, a place some of you may or may not be familiar with, but I promise it comes full circle at the end. I've spent the last 5 years since the COVID pandemic began in 2020 going reluctantly onto social media. I was surprised by this because I had mostly escaped this whole divergent path of this social media distraction. I even missed out on the marketing opportunities, all the social connections, money-making opportunities, everything. And I never really allowed my career to launch outside of my comfort zone because of this. Then a friend introduced me in 2020 to an app called Clubhouse. It was a social audio app for iOS and Android users. A couple of clicks on your phone and you can create a virtual room and invite people to speak in real time. And those who want to speak will come up on stage and share their thoughts. It was pretty cool. When everyone else was locked down in their homes due to COVID, we were surfing through rooms, meeting interesting people from all over the world. We were playing fun storytelling games with hundreds of listeners, or there were rooms uncovering different streams of information the main media was either not sharing or reporting on. For months, I was just a listener, entering lots of rooms, covering lots of different topics. I was learning a ton about interesting subjects to include UFO sightings, hidden spiritual books left out of the Bible, to various health regimens that were on the horizon, and even some health practices that were possibly hurting the public. And at the same time, I was observing basic human behavior, watching humans interact with curiosity. Having been an avoidant of conflict and problems most of my life, sensitive to extreme emotional displays, it was truly eye-opening to see people outwardly and directly attacking each other verbally on stage over a difference of opinion or view. I understood this kind of behavior behind closed doors with family members and close friends, but right out there for public consumption, recorded for the world to hear, history in the making, it was hard for me. I could feel my body cringe. And yet, given it was COVID, there was some comfort here too. I was single at the time, and the app gave me, my Gemini busy mind, more social interaction and connection to our world and my family that felt so far away. I also encountered some of the most loving and heartfelt people here as well. In fact, some of my dearest friends in the Bay Area today I met on Clubhouse. I was also not a TV watcher, as I turned what I called the boob tube off over 20 years ago when I kept hearing the words of my deceased father saying repeatedly in my head, "Turn off the goddamn idiot box," for which I am today eternally grateful for that wisdom. Back to Clubhouse. I finally got the courage after months of just listening in various rooms to finally raise my hand and request to come on stage. At first, since I had no followers, they ignored my many requests. But as I kept trying, one day, unexpectedly, I got pulled up on stage, my heart pumping right out of my chest. I was scared out of my mind. I was now public, about to be exposed, vulnerable amongst absolute strangers, and I was truly unsure I had anything to contribute or say. My mind went blank. It was terrifying, and then they called on me. I stuttered, then spoke, mentioning to the audience it was my first time speaking on stage, and thankfully, to my surprise, the people on stage were generally very welcoming, kind, and supportive. Well, this is where my journey began, to either add to the Great Awakening and Ascension process on the horizon and available to all of us, or add to the hellscape view of our future Earth that many were perpetuating through their outward fears, judgments of others, crazy stories they were sharing in different media narratives. To be honest, I contributed to a bit of both. I was often captured by the fear-mongering narratives, as the world stage was a fascinating, frightening, and exciting multi-episode movie with many interesting twists and turns, but I was constantly nudged back to my faith, my spiritual yogic path, and the very bright future that I feel is ahead of us. Created by us, of course. More on this in another episode. As time carried on, I got up on more stages, shared more of my thoughts and wisdom, narrowly escaping harsh criticisms and trivial arguments. And yet, as time went on, after entering many rooms, I could see our world separating. I could see people separating into their divided camps based on their views of what was in their mind was right or correct, versus what was in another's mind, which was wrong and misdirected. And this was all merely based on what the many outside media channels and sources were spitting out, and or the alt media, citizen journalism doing their counter arguing. I could feel the echo chambers forming. Sitting in a room one evening on Clubhouse with a huge stage, around 40 individuals, run by a B-list celebrity who was more or less conservative in his views, along with his fellow moderator who was a B-list liberal, something began to occur to me. As all the speakers on stage were yelling out of turn, knocking each other down verbally, arguing, calling each other disturbing names. The moderators were even involved, allowing for the madness to ensue and continue. It occurred to me, this is all being recorded. We are creating data in real time. This app most likely is a generator of data for AI. And we as humans are programming our future. I had to ask myself, are we possibly failing miserably this experiment we came here to transcend? I wanted to open my mic and yell at all of them, shut the F up, thus making me a part of the problem as well. Luckily for the leave button at the top of the page, it was an emotional and quick escape. I had to ask myself safely in the silence of my home, are we earthly humans contributing to a wrathful future society? Okay, so this addiction to social media was well underway. Exiting these rooms or this scrolling distraction completely was probably not going to happen. I decided as they changed the rules on Clubhouse, we had to now knowingly agree to our voice audios being recorded and used. Now, I cannot verify here since I don't have the contract if AI was in fact what they were using it for. However, I knew it was time to jump ship. It was just as I thought. We were their data. I then jumped over, as many did to Twitter, now known as X Spaces, to their audio version of Clubhouse. Less friendly on the onset, as the user numbers on X Spaces were millions more than Clubhouse. Only 12 speaker spaces per room. Your odds lessened considerably. I had no followers, and I was at ground zero again. I was mostly there to learn, and that I did. I was mind blown by the content coming through my simple scrolling the main feed based on those I chose to follow and what the algorithms chose to match to my profile. The various rooms were filled with regular folks as well as A and B-list celebrities sharing their thoughts, opinions, and wisdom. You could actually get on stage with the likes of Paris Hilton, MC Hammer, Robert Kennedy Jr., and many more. X has many amazing moderators who know how to manage a room, so trolls and the unruly usually get booted off stage quickly, unlike Clubhouse. As our world is moving so fast, I am constantly appreciative of moderators who allow divergent views to coexist, giving space for them to be shared uninterrupted. X has many users from all over the world with incredibly interesting views. I'm still mostly a listener. I pop up on occasion and give my 2 cents here and there, depending. What I'm noticing mostly these days is individuals needing to be right. It's like they are hell-bent on their view being the right view, which I kind of think pigeonholes them, just saying. As their views frequently begin to heat up the room a bit, and they don't seem to want to budge at all. It's like they are arguing over pizza toppings. I stole this from my monkey friend on X. Let's return to the Matrix for a moment. In my first podcast, I spoke of this film. Remember the red pill, blue pill Morpheus handed out? Blue pill, stay comfortable and follow mainstream narratives. Red pill, feel uncomfortable, know something is not right, and you begin to search and research for a deeper truth. And now today, there's one more pill, called the black pill. These are the red pill people who have done their research extensively and are sure there are no good guys or white hats out there. They give a lot of power to the oligarch criminal elites and have a somewhat powerless view of our future. When asked for solutions, there are not a lot of ideas here. They're mostly interested in an opportunity to confirm their original research and that they are in fact right or correct. It might be predicated on a lack of spiritual faith, but I'm not sure about this. It just sounds dire, negative, and somewhat hopeless. However, today, no matter what pill you've ingested, we have almost no way to actually know for sure what is correct information unequivocally, as outside information is coming in so fast from mainstream media, alternative media, citizen journalism, and then some. And each AI program is owned and operated by certain billionaires and or their companies. If you ask 3 different AI programs the same question, it is not guaranteed that you will get the same answer from each. It depends where they're farming data from. Is it worth it to us, humanity as a whole, that we find ourselves fighting over information we can't even confirm, engaging in disturbed feelings about our neighbors, friends, social media contacts, because they watch one type of media and we might watch another news source, and we both are receiving very different information? Allowing our relationships to deteriorate because some outside third-party resource we cannot even confirm, owned by special interest groups, may want us separate, infighting possibly, controlling us possibly, ? Okay, I might have just entered the conspiracy world a bit, but it's an important question. What if all news outlets were required to present both sides, views of a topic in factual terms, like we did in the 70s and 80s? Would we not then be required to use our intuition to decide what is real or true for us because it's actually right? If nothing was hidden or kept from us, all news was transparent, immutable, unbiased, wouldn't we be able to make informed decisions that support our natural instincts as humans? Are you right or am I right? How can we even tell? Are we, humanity as a whole, being lied to by our media, by AI, by ourselves? How can we know if we are being lied to? Would our own government lie to us? Why would our government lie to us? Just entertaining these questions can be very eye-opening and a great place to begin to bridge the gap between all of us pill poppers. Okay, some homework. If you don't know the Smith-Mundt Act, that's Smith-Mundt, M-U-N-D-T Act of 1946, I'd encourage you to look it up. It's a great place to research, learning about its inception. It was created to protect public ownership and unbiased media, distributed both foreign and domestic. However, it was shifted in 2012. The act was developed to regulate broadcasting of programs for foreign audiences produced under the guidance by the State Department. It is prohibited domestic dissemination of materials produced by such programs as one of its provisions. The original version of this act was amended in 2012, which allowed for materials produced by the State Department and the Broadcast Board governors to be made available within the United States. So as I mentioned, the act was overturned by our own government in 2012. The landscape of media began to become more privately owned and unfortunately biased due to corporate financial interests and lobbying, meaning propaganda was now okay. It's no wonder no one can agree on anything, and everyone wants to be or think they're right. It's the ego innocently doing its thing, taking in information by what communally feels like a trusted source, and using this information to protect one's own ideals. Until we know, as a political figure Michael Ozzie Myers once said, money talks and bullshit walks. This popped into my head, and for the first time in my life, I can't believe I'm saying this. I think I'm okay to be bullshit. I'm okay to walk. I want to know a higher truth, not predicated by money, fake media, or artificial anything or division, but rather by nature, by our beautiful, all-knowing, God-given intuition that whispers to me, to us all the time, especially when we get quiet. I'd love to introduce a new pill. I'm going to call it the golden pill. When taken by just inhaling in and exhaling through our beautiful bodies, we become aware of the light codes that we are, just being the beautiful human self. When you're ready, please come and find a comfortable place from which you can sit. Once you're there, just allow your sit bones to ground towards the couch, the chair you're sitting in. Let your shoulders drop. Let your body go heavy. Allow for your mind to feel your body, to be attuned to this body, full of light codes, full of sensory inputs. When you're ready, mouth closed, let's slowly draw breath in. Draw the breath in through the back of the throat, through the nose. Feel your belly filling, your chest filling, your backbone drawing in. Allow your shoulders to roll back a bit. And then when you're ready, just either blow it out or release it out the back of the throat through the nose. Letting go softly, releasing, grounding back towards the chair you're sitting in. Again, breathing in, filling the belly, filling the chest with beautiful prana that is yours. And again, slowly releasing out the back of the throat, through the nose, or if you need to, just blow it out, releasing any stress, holding patterns, grounding back towards your sit bones. And once again, slowly draw breath in, feel the belly, feel the chest. But this time, take this breath up into the space between the brain and skull. And if you will, soften your brain away from the skull, release pressure around the forehead, around the eyes, around the jaw. Allowing yourself to come into this neutral body, this neutral mind. And as the eyes of duality look inward, you can begin to see the various places where light is already beaming brightly within you. So notice if you see internally, anywhere in your body where light is just shining brightly. It might be one place, it might be many. With your presence, with your breath, breathe that light into a greater existence until that light joins up with your central channel, your Sushumna. That is the place at the base of your tailbone that travels up along the spine, right up through the crown chakra. This is where all of your chakras sit, supporting, igniting, and grounding all your light codes. So it is here we take this beautiful golden pill and we breathe this golden pill into our central channel. And we exhale this golden pill through our central channel. And we feel all of our chakras start to light up and come online. Breathe this golden pill into your central channel. Feel yourself get taller and brighter. And exhale, release this golden pill throughout your body, through your arms, through your legs. Feel this beautiful golden light traveling through your bloodstream, your veins, your capillaries, your arteries. Feel your whole body lighting up. Breathing in, breathing through. Let's take a beautiful breath into this central channel and exhale this light throughout your body, throughout your arms, your legs, your organs, the hemispheres of your brain, your frontal lobe. Let's breathe it in and breathe this golden pill beyond your body. Imagine yourself creating a beautiful auric golden field around you, above you, below you, on all sides. And here you are, just floating inside your golden pill, breathing in and breathing through, feeling your groundedness, feeling your presence. And so just to bring us into balance, let's use this beautiful inhale and exhale to weave this beautiful golden light through our chakras. So coming to the base chakra, your first chakra, ground where you're sitting. As you inhale in, squeeze up on your perineum, drawing breath in. That is your first chakra. And exhale. Release this breath out, blowing it out through the front of the belly or the back, the lower back, which is your second chakra. Now inhale in through your solar plexus, coming into the third chakra. And exhale out the front and back of the heart and lungs. Feel the breath releasing, opening, softening your heart. Breathe this breath into the throat chakra, opening up your throat and your ears. And exhale out this beautiful light through the forehead, through the third eye, out the back of the head. And feel that sensation. And now finally, breathe light in through the crown chakra, coming from the heavens, from your higher teachers. And exhale it right down through your central channel as you ground again. Breathing in and breathing through. And just for a moment, just feel those chakras activated, operating. You can feel sensation. Notice what chakras are lighting up more than others. And be present today. Feel what your body knows to be true. Use this largest sense organ, the skin, to really feel what's going on around you. Feel what feels true to you, what doesn't. Use this beautiful golden pill to awaken you, enlighten you, and keep you protected, breathing in and breathing through. Thank you for joining me on All Things Hidden podcast.
For more information on Christa Reynolds and the All Things Hidden podcast, email her at info@allthingshiddenpodcast. And for daily online meditations, also, you can contact her at info@allthingshiddenpodcast.com. Join us again next week for another great episode with Christa Reynolds. This has been a production of Madmana Studios in San Anselmo, California. For more information about podcasting, podcasts, or other content, contact us at Latham, Latham, at madmanastudios.com. That's MADMANA studios.com. We'll see you next time.